Looking for a trip with lots of tops travel with a bit of off-track nab and a few ups and downs? I had been looking for a circuit that incorporated most of the Douglas Range. Here's an option that provides a little bit of everything. The weather forecast was looking a bit interesting. Thankfully, Greg's InReach provided us with daily forecasts to make informed decisions. Join us on this 5-day adventure. Start of a 6 to 7 day tramp. We're at the Sylvester car park. We're going to wander up the trapping line to Lake Lockett, and then from there climb up onto the tops and along those and drop down to Waingaro Hut for the night. There's Greg, my fellow companion on this trip. Wondering what he's got himself into? This trap line is well marked and provides access to Lake Lockett and Diamond Lake. We've just had lunch, 3 hours on the trail so far, and we're just leaving the valley floor now. So we've got a 500 vertical metre climb up past Lake Lockett to the top of the ridgeline. So hopefully be up there another hour and a bit. So we're climbing up the spur here, up onto the top. Lake Lockett's just in there. Lake Lockett, Diamond Lake, Iron Hill. The route from here to the hut is all off track. It looked okay on the map and satellite images. Time will tell if this makes a reasonable circuit. It took us 90 minutes to climb from our lunch break spot to spot height 1581. Mount Snowdon. Yes, a whole pile of quartz here. We had mobile coverage most of the way along this ridgeline from Mount Campbell and the new cell tower above the Cobb Dam. For the most part, a ground trail provided reasonable travel. However, if you lost this, travel slowed dramatically. That's the top that we need to drop off. The rain is coming. If you would like more videos like this, please like and subscribe. So we'll come down there and across. And there's a Lake Stanley in there. We took 3.5 hours to descend the 6 kilometres down the range to spot height 1264. It was now 5:30 as we started our descent down the spur to Waingaro Forks Hut. It's pretty ugly. While steep and scrubby at times, we were thankful that there weren't too many rock outcrops to navigate around. We reached the Waingaro track swing bridge just over 2 hours later, and we were relieved to reach the hut after a 10.5 hour day on mostly off-track terrain. There's a classic old style hut. Well done.
1-3, congratulations mate, thank you kindly sir.
Lots of little relics down here. A good effort for our first day out. More bush bashing than I hoped for, but we achieved our day's objective with daylight to spare. Day 2, we're up to Anatoki Forks today. It's about maybe 7-8 hours, and probably over 1,000 metres of elevation gain. So hopefully a bit easier than yesterday, and on tracks rather than off track. So should be a good day. Nasty little climb out of the hut. Now onto some terraces by the looks of it. Birdsong was a constant today as we made our way up the valley. Lake Stanley was created in the 1920 Murchison earthquake when a spur of Mount Snowdon collapsed and dammed the valley. It looks like this is where the landslide come from, up there. 105-year-old tree stumps. Impressive. The climb up from the lake started off gently and then steepened for the last 200 vertical metres before dropping into the Anatoki catchment. A very old metal marker. Good track led down and along the river to the hut. Nice and clear. Whew, she's warm. She's warm. Got a shower. You could have a hot shower here if you cranked up the coal range. Much easier day today on formed tracks all the way, so I could spend more time checking out our surroundings and less time where I put my feet. The weather forecast wasn't great. We didn't want high winds negotiating the exposed, scrambling sections. Thanks for watching. Part 2 will be released shortly.